Yo, my people, damn. CFC, Redis Blue, back with another video. Match preview settings. Chelsea versus Newcastle in the Premier League tomorrow. Kickoff is at 12 p.m. We'll join my watch on from 11 a.m. We can discuss the team news and get my reaction as the game goes on. It's at St. James's Park, a ground where we have not won since 2021. We need to win tomorrow in order to go above Newcastle. And after recent results, Manchester City have dropped points, so we could potentially go into third place. The importance of this match is huge, and we have to win this game. So you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Leave your score predictions in the comments. The winners will get a shout out in the review, and thank you for your support. Hope you all have an enjoyable weekend. But yeah, man, the man them need to get this done. Have to. In terms of like team news, we're gonna have the same squad, barring Christopher Nkunku and Wesley Fofana. Mark Gu has a chance of being in the squad. Other than that, there's not going to be any major changes to our squad from last week's game against Liverpool. So, man's hoping for the same start 11 that got the job done over there. In terms of Newcastle, they're going to be without Joe Linton. They're going to be without Lewis Hall, but they're going to have a lot of their players. And this is a team where we cannot take lightly. We have lost to them already this season at St. James's Park. It's not an easy ground to go to, but if there's a chance, if there's a time for us to get the job done, it has to be now. We've ended our bad runs against Liverpool, Brentford, in terms of away games or just beating them in general. So we need to add another one today, especially with the form that we've been in. We haven't lost. We haven't lost in our last 5, 6 games in all competitions. We've won our last 3 in the Premier League. We need to continue this momentum. And because of recent results, we could go above Manchester City because they drew today against Southampton. Who would have thought it? But then tomorrow's game is just more important. So I really hope that the man them just get the job done. It's going to be an intense game in terms of midfield battle. They're going to have Bruno Guimaraes and Tonali in their midfield, while we were going to have Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Romeo Lavia. This is going to be an intense midfield battle, and I think the game will be won by whose midfield is just better. Because in terms of attack, they have Alexander Isak, who's very good. They'll have guys like you know what I'm saying, the left winger Anthony Gordon, and they'll have their right winger as well. So it's not an easy game, and we have our attackers, Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, whoever plays Noni Madueke and Pedro now most likely from the most recent games. So we need to hope that our attackers just do the job. We need Cole Palmer firing. He scored in his last game. We need another one, another very big important game, because this is the massive games, and he turned up for us last week. Nicholas Jackson hopefully can get a goal. Noni Madueke's been doing well on the left hand side. Pedro Neal's been doing well on the right. So I'm not expecting too many changes because we played the same starting 11 for the last 2 games, so I'm expecting it for the third game in a row. So this is just where the battles are going to be. Both teams, I don't see any team keeping a clean sheet, so should be goals involved. We're gonna have to wait and see on that front. Obviously, that's just my thoughts and opinions on some key battles, some team news. Now it's time for the head-to-head record, and we have beaten Newcastle about 87 times in our history. They've beaten us about 51 times. I could be wrong, but we have won the last 2, our last 3, but we haven't won at St. James's Park. Whenever we are at home, we get the job done, but we are not at home. We need to get the job done away from home, and our away form hasn't been that great in 2025. But we need to start from somewhere. We need to change these things, and tomorrow is the big day where we need to do it. Because if we do it, Champions League football is ours for the taking. If we beat Newcastle, we are going to get Champions League football, in my opinion, because we'll be 3 points ahead of them. We could be above Manchester City, and with Newcastle still needing to play Arsenal and Everton, we will have to play Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. We can just get a couple points out of the last 2, depending on what Nottingham Forest do this weekend. We could get Champions League football, and I'm believing that we will, because I've been believing the fact that we could get Champions League. I just haven't been as confident during the last couple of months as I was during the start of the season. But hopefully we can get that job done, man. But yeah, that's just some head-to-head record, some stats. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Now it's going to be time for my preferred XI for this game. And it's going to go like this. Philip Jorgensen in goal. Right back, I'm going to go with Moises Caicedo, who's going to invert. Centre backs, Trevor Chalobah and Levi Colwill. Left back, Mark Cucurella. CDMs, Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia. Left mid, Noni Madueke. Right mid, Pedro Neto. Cam, Cole Palmer. Striker, Nicholas Jackson. This is my preferred XI for the game. And like I've already said, the last two lineups have been like this, bar Robert Sanchez is going to be in goal, who will most likely be in goal, but whether it's him or Jorgensen, there's not really a big difference between either. But after early in the season stuff, I'm going to say Philip Jorgensen, but realistically, it's my preferred XI. This doesn't mean that it's gospel. This doesn't mean that it's going to be the correct thing. So as long as we get the W is the main thing. But I just hope that Maresca sets up the team in the best way possible. And hopefully we just get the job done, because this is not an easy game. And even if we draw, it won't be good, but it will be better than losing. But we have to win this game, because then Champions League football is in our hands. We can go up to third place. We can just be more positive about the last couple of games of the season, because we only have, after this game, we only have 3 games remaining. Man United, Nottingham Forest, and the Conference League final. We need to build as much momentum as possible to end this season on the best note possible, getting Champions League football and winning the Conference League. So I just hope that the Mandem and Maresca do this, because we absolutely need it. Not getting Champions League football is going to feel like a failure. And we've been so close. We've been in the top 4 or top 5 for the majority of the season, way more than we was last season. We weren't even in the top 5 or top 6. I mean, the top 5 or the top 4 at any point during last season. And we was playing 1 game a week. We've had to contend with playing, even though it's Conference League, but it's traveling away to away grounds and all these different kind of things. Thursdays, Sundays, these kind of things play a part. Like, and Enzo Maresca has handled it well. This is first season. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, sack him and whatnot. The way he plays, it's useless football. But the team is just trying to get used to playing a different way. It's going to take time. Even under guys like Pep Guardiola, it takes time to implement their ideas. I'm not going to sit here and say that Enzo Maresca is the second coming of Pep Guardiola. No, because Pep Guardiola is a generational manager. I don't necessarily believe Maresca is necessarily a generational manager. He could, over the years, prove me wrong, but he's just doing very well for his first season. And after everything that's going to happen, he should be able to stay in his job. So, yeah, man, that's just my thoughts and opinions on the preferred XI, Maresca, Mandem, and now it's time for my score prediction for this game. And it's going to go like this. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Chelsea win. I'm confident that we are going to get this dub. It's about time we end our bad run at St. James's Park. Not guaranteed, but I'm confident that we can get the job done, because Newcastle haven't been in the best of form recently. As you can see from the head-to-head stats with their form guide, you could have seen that. So, yeah, man, just hopefully the Mandem get a job done, and Champions League football can be in our hands, and we can go up to third place. There's so many positives. We will be able to handle the pressure and take advantage of this opportunity. I really hope so, but I have to just wait and see. Nonetheless, hope you guys join me for the watch along tomorrow. It's early one, very early. We have the early game, so I hope to see as many of you guys there as possible. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notification bell, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, and Threads for more Chelsea content. I'm CFC, Realist Blue, and I'm out. Peace. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.